I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
We find ourselves recording on a very important day. A day that you hold dear to your heart, I'd imagine, as well.
Okay.
Have
I forgotten about something?
Yeah, I think you have. I think with everything that's been going on at your end, you've forgotten it's Star Wars Day.
Oh, yeah. The excitement that I'm feeling.
I jest. That's not what I was going to say. Just a happy coincidence that it's Star Wars Day too.
Don't care about Star Wars. I know that's controversial, but I just
we've said it before, and I knew that saying it on here would wind you up, so that's good.
I just don't care.
No.
I'm sorry. I know people are so passionate about it, but I'm not interested.
No. Like I've said, I just put it in the pile with. I don't really care either way, to be honest. I'm not fussed.
No, exactly that. Yes.
I can't get excited about it, but I can't get venomous about it unless it's to do with VW ID Buzz and some Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, which I still don't understand why that happened.
No, that makes no sense at all. Anyway, yes.
I digress. However, in other film news, 17 years ago today, the Casino Royale trailer dropped.
Wow. 17 years.
17 years.
That's not possible.
I'm afraid
that's just not possible.
I'm afraid those are the numbers that I've been presented with, and I'm inclined to believe them.
Oh, that's terrible. That can't. Oh no. I'm having trouble coming to terms with that. 17 years ago. Blimey.
Yeah.
That's. No, I mean, I knew it was a little way back now, but 17.
Yeah, when you actually do the maths, you go, oh, shit, it is as well.
Oh, I didn't need to know that.
No, well, I didn't need to know that, but very kindly, the official 007 accounts on all the social medias have presented me with that today.
Well, I haven't really been looking at social media today. It's been a bit of a full-on day, but... Okay, yeah, well, that's terrifying.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Nice. But,
oh, dear.
Yeah.
Mind you, I do remember that having quite the impact at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Tremendous, but it's just
the
only thing that isn't tremendous is the amount of time that has elapsed.
How long ago it was, yeah. Oh, dear.
Bit of an issue, that.
Yeah, it is.
However, I know we got some car stuff to deal with, but we may or may not get to that because it with that news of the trailer, it made me think, well, go on then. Here's a question. Which actor's first Bond film was the best?
Oh, now that's a very good question.
Have we
not covered that before? I guess
I don't think so. If we have, then I've forgotten when I wrote the question down earlier.
No, I don't recall us talking about that. No. We've talked about the Bond actor's first entry, i.e. Brosser with his head down a Russian toilet.
Yes.
And he definitely didn't win there.
No, that was it. No, not so good. No, inhaling a Russian log, not good. No.
So, moving on. Which, given the events of this afternoon, which films are we talking? We're talking about Dr. No. Mm-hmm. I suppose technically on Her Majesty's Secret Service. It was his
first, last, and the one in the middle. Yep, yes. All of it in one go.
On Her Majesty's, Live and Let Die, Living Daylights, GoldenEye, and Casino. That is where we're at. Okay. They're all quite strong, actually.
Yeah. That's why it's fun.
Yeah, that's a tough one, that, isn't it? That's a tough one. Best for See, in some ways, Brother lucked out there with GoldenEye because there had been such a big gap.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we've obviously done the full review of GoldenEye.
We have. Yes.
Which, in some ways, I agree that he lucked out. But even if there was only a 2-year gap, the film is still very strong.
It's tremendous.
Mm.
Yeah, see, because you've got Live and Let Die in there, and that's tremendous. We haven't reviewed that yet, but we will.
No, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm willing to predict that your answer will at least not include Dr. No.
It will not.
Because I don't think... I think it's excellent, but I would agree with you in the sense of going, it's not the best first Bond film by an actor.
No,
if that's the rules that we're sticking to, then I'm afraid that is not the best one.
If that is the criteria we are analysing, no, it's not. No, it's not generally one of my favourites, actually. But that's not what we're discussing here. But no, I'm not going to say Dr. No.
Okay, then we're going to discount that early.
Yes, we can both discount that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that leaves us with the other 5 then.
Well done.
We're not whittling it down at this point.
No, we're not. Well, we've got to knock another one out, haven't we? Not like that.
Oh my God.
It's been a long day.
Oh no. Think before you speak.
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh no. Right. Which one would you like to discount?
I said not.
Oh. No, that's true.
We're not going to do that, is what I said.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to eliminate another one.
Okay. Please nominate your candidate for elimination.
They're all brilliant, aren't they? I'm going to propose we eliminate Live and Let Die.
Okay. I mean, give me a reasoning. I'm not saying I disagree. I'd just like to know why. Because
the other 4 on Her Majesty's Secret Service, Living Daylights, GoldenEye, and Casino Royale, I think are all so strong that Live and Let Die comes out of that group kind of on the weaker side, on the lighter side.
Okay.
You've got 4 films there that are actually quite what's the word? Not heavy, not dark necessarily, but they're all quite they're all strong films with strong stories and strong characters. I'm not saying Live and Let Die doesn't have those things, but it's a lighter weight.
It's quite playful, isn't it?
Generally, it's a lighter weight. It comes from the more sort of Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever style. It was Guy Hamilton directing again. And I just think it's not as, again, powerful isn't quite the right word, but it's just not as strong as those other. It's a strong film, but not as strong as those others. And that's why I would propose to eliminate that one next.
Okay. I accept all of your criteria and I agree. I mean, you're not going to get any arguments from me on that.
I'm not saying it's bad or I don't like it.
No.
But it's not as strong as the other candidates in this list.
Yes, okay. It's getting a bit harder from here on in, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. I'm going to need another swig for this.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is a difficult one
Yeah.
to know how to place it, because it was the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah, it was the only. It's a film we both adore.
I think it's a film that we both alluded to being our favourite.
Yes, indeed.
Which, if we're sticking to any sort of obvious criteria, should make that our first choice in this. But I don't think those rules apply.
No. I think if we're looking at it in terms of the actors first, and it was very much his first, not just his first Bond film.
Yeah.
If we're focusing in on the actor, then he is not as strong as the others. It just isn't. That's not to say he's as bad as he got, a reputation for being, or as bad as people may even remember. But
he's not bad, but he's not. It doesn't have that sort of acting prowess that the other candidates on the list have.
Quite. So if we're looking at it in terms of an actor's first role, he is the weak point of that film.
Yes.
His acting ability, or lack of, is the weak point in that film. He's not as bad as he got the reputation for, by any means.
No, not at all. No.
He's not Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, or Daniel Craig.
No.
So perhaps on those grounds, he should be, or that film should be eliminated.
Okay. I agree.
It's difficult to come to that conclusion.
Yeah, I don't like shelving that one, but
no,
it's I think it's the right decision.
Now this is going to get really tricky.
It is, because we're thinking about it. Are we coming at this purely from a personal perspective, or are we taking into account public reception?
It's a good question. Certainly, if we're taking into account public perception, then we were right to eliminate On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
Because that did not do well. It can be a factor, I suppose. I was looking at it from a personal point of view.
That's fine. That's okay. As long as we know which way we're coming at it, then I'm.
Yeah, I think because the question was, what do we think was the strongest? So yeah, I think it has to be. Okay, I mean, it kind of has to be personal opinion. I mean, if you want to look at facts and figures, we could see which one was actually the most successful, but I bet it wouldn't be the one that we would pick.
Well, I think in my head, I think I know which one is commercially the most successful.
Yeah, but you've also got to colour that with the fact that they're all in different decades. So
I suppose we have to take into account some form of inflation.
Well, that as well, and also tastes are different, and the cinema audiences are different, and it's difficult to compare them because they've been made over such a long period of time. You have to colour them by the era in which they were made and the sort of films that were successful at that time. It's not as simple as to just look at the numbers, I don't think. Yeah, no, you are correct on that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, on that basis, then we're coming at it from a purely personal perspective. I think. Oh God, it's so difficult at this point now. Yeah, it is. It's really tough now.
Okay. I think my next step would be to. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult because GoldenEye is the first one I parked my arse in the cinema to watch.
Yes, me too. I don't hold it particularly dear because of that, though. Strangely, you'd think I would, but I don't. I hold it dear for other reasons, but not particularly because of that.
But then we've also got the short tenure of Timothy Dalton.
Yes.
And going, well, it's an unfair short tenure. We've discussed why it was cut short and all that sort of caper, and
certainly not his fault.
No, we've done all those bits and bobs. I think I know it. I know at the point. I know we've been sat here eliminating them. I've already, I think, picked my winner.
I picked my winner within 10 seconds of you asking the question, but I thought it was good to discuss it.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, then. So.
I have a horrible feeling we're going to disagree here.
No, okay. Do you think we should just cut to the chase and then have an argument if necessary?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Right, who's going to show their hand first?
Oh, I'm rethinking already now.
Would you like me to take one for the team?
Yeah, go on then. It was your question.
Yeah. Okay. I think the best Bond film that was the actors first is Casino Royale.
Yes, I thought you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say that. I chose The Living Daylights because I can give some reasoning for that, or I can give some reasoning as to why I didn't choose Casino.
All right. Well, I can possibly give some reasons why I think you would have chosen Living Daylights.
Okay.
But well, I'll tell you what. I'll do that and see if they cross over with any of your actual thoughts.
Yeah. All right.
I think you chose that because we came off of 7 films that were light-hearted, to say the least.
Yes.
And we threw ourselves into a Bond much closer to the original books.
Yes.
I've not given it any more thought than that, but I think that's one of your key reasons.
That is one of my key reasons for liking it, or thinking it is the best debut.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very strong film in terms of story, in terms of characterization, in terms of sort of plot development. It's certainly, in terms of a beginning, middle, and end of a story. Mm-hmm. I think it's generally a more impactful film than perhaps GoldenEye is. GoldenEye was perhaps it has an element of, although it's very fresh and new and there's lots of new elements to it, it's not, it wasn't as big a shock to the system, if you like, than The Living Daylights was. I think, and that's what I mean by Living Daylights being more impactful. It was such a sea change from what had gone before, and quite rapidly. It was only,
2 years, and that was it.
2 years. View to a Kill was 85. Living Daylights was 87. It was a sharp change. I think it was just more impactful. And if we're judging it in terms of the impact, as to whether it was a good debut for that actor, I think it's more impactful than GoldenEye was. GoldenEye, there'd been a lot of, anticipation for it. It'd been 6 years without a Bond film. Mm-hmm. Was Dalton going to do another one? Were they going to go with somebody else? What are they going to do with it? Is the whole thing finished? And whilst GoldenEye is brilliant, I don't think it had as big an impact as The Living Daylights. Now, That's not to say that Casino Royale wasn't impactful. Clearly it was.
Yeah, which it was, yeah. So we
which it was.
We can't ignore that.
No, indeed. And it's a tough call for me between Casino and Living Daylights. But I think it comes back to the thing that we keep coming back to. If I'm going to sit down and watch a proper Bond romp, I would reach for the Living Daylights more than I would reach for Casino, because Casino, you've really got to sit and watch. Whereas with Living Daylights, you can let it sort of wash over you a bit more. So I would reach for it more.
Mm-hmm.
And we said we were going to judge it on, sort of personal opinions, personal feelings.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I would just, for me, I think Living Daylights just edges it.
Interesting. I mean, I accept it. I'm not gonna fight you tooth and nail on it. It's not an issue. But I think the reason that I went with Casino is, like you say, it comes down to those personal reasons. It had all of the hype, because obviously it was a time of a Bond actor's debut and the internet. I know we briefly had it in the early 90s, but it wouldn't have been anywhere near as hyped, or the ability to be hyped as Casino was. We were all exceedingly excited.
Yes.
And I remember being in the cinema, and it was people's reactions to it as well. They absolutely loved it. You could tell that everyone came out of there really rather satisfied.
Well, he'd had such bad press before the release.
It was just tabloid nonsense, wasn't it?
It was tabloid nonsense and stupid remarks, and people getting on the bandwagon about it, Blonde, not Bond, the website that got set up and all that nonsense. Before they'd seen even 3 seconds of footage of him in the role. That was not fair.
No, it's very silly. I mean, but the thing is, you knew we were going to be in safe hands, because, I mean, granted, not everyone will have sat down and watched Layer Cake, but
no, it's a very British film.
It is. I saw it in the cinema as well, and I came out of that going, good. Well, that was superb.
Yes.
And when
we still think that.
I watched it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well done.
And I came out of it again. Well, that's just a brilliant film, because I watched it because it was a Matthew Vaughn film, and I always liked Lock, Stock and Snatch because he was a producer on those.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. And then when Daniel Craig's name started being bandied about and going, well, I thought, well, yeah, obviously that's
just perfect. Yeah,
they've done very well there. And then,
but not everybody did think that. And he got a rough ride before the film came out.
Well, the trouble is of going, well, because he wasn't a household name, it's as simple as that. People of a certain sort of generation, probably ourselves included, will know who he is. Yeah, because of British TV.
He was known in the UK. He was not known internationally. Not really.
No. We had, I think,
but neither particularly was Roger Moore.
No, true.
He was getting there, but he wasn't an international star before.
Well, in everyone's mind, though, he at least looked the part, didn't he? That was a big thing about Daniel Craig. Going, what is this? Well, he's got the wrong color hair.
He wasn't from the Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan school of smoothies, was he? He was very different, and it did cause a bit of a backlash in certain corners. But before they'd seen the film.
That's the thing. I was just going.
As soon as the film came out, all of that went away.
Yes, Yeah, that went away immediately, and everyone did a complete U-turn and went, well, this is the best thing I have ever seen.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, you're almost beginning to change my mind here. It's a tough call.
And it's the reason why we're now a bit apprehensive going, how on earth do you follow that?
Well, yeah, I think what has slightly spoiled all the Daniel Craig films for me is No Time to Die. Now, I don't want to dredge into all that again because
we can't do a third review of it.
No, we'll be here for hours. The whole Daniel Craig story arc, because of that ending, is a little bit tainted for me now. Again, having looked at it with a bit more time and a bit more consideration. And it does just a little bit detract when I'm watching any of the Daniel Craigs now. I'm afraid it just does.
It's all right. You're allowed to.
Yeah, they're not, massive. It's not like I'll never watch them again. It's not like that. It's not that extreme. I still think, at least a couple of his are brilliant. But it's the Daniel Craig era is a bit of a roller coaster.
It is, yeah.
And I just think, I think I just feel, maybe a bit safer with the Living Daylights, kind of there, and
I mean, it's your decision, but obviously, I mean, if you're basing your decision on what followed, then that's a bit difficult because you know what followed the Living Daylights, and I know you're not the biggest fan of it.
That's a good point. It's a valid point. Yeah, it's a valid point. I'm not a big fan of License to Kill. But it wasn't it sort of was a continuing story, but not in the way that the Daniel Craig films were.
No. That's fair.
So it's a little bit different, but it's a really tough call. I kind of could go either way, but I just think The Living Daylights was such a fabulous debut. It had it all. And Casino is very different. You can't really compare it to any other Bond film. It's difficult to compare it to any other Bond film. Whereas I think with The Living Daylights you can. The Daniel Craig films very much stand alone, and as we now know, although we didn't know at the time, that seems to be the intention.
Which we've discussed before as well, which actually makes it part of their sort of saving grace. It's
I think
one thing that you can forgive the climax.
I think we would have judged it differently had we fully understood that at the time. But then maybe it wouldn't have worked as well. I don't know.
True, but okay. Yeah. Well, there we go. We've on many things we're fairly unanimous, but on that one, I think we've both landed at a different decision because I take on board what you say about Living Daylights, but I'm not swaying, I'm afraid.
No, fair dues. I could probably be persuaded if we sat here and talked about it long enough. But I'm going to stick with Living Daylights because I just think it's brilliant. Well, I mean, I know you think it's brilliant as well. That's not the issue. And I think it's difficult because you can't really compare Casino Royale to anything else.
No.
It's hard. You almost look at Casino Royale, you can't even believe it's from the same film series as Live and Let Die or Spy Who Loved Me.
It's a bit tricky, isn't it?
It's hard to compare it to anything else.
Well, I mean, it's just it highlights that it moves with the times, doesn't it?
Yes, it certainly did. It actually moved slightly ahead of the times there.
Yeah. But there we go. But I mean, we've not reviewed either of those, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it when we do.
Yes, very much so.
But I'm afraid that's not our next one, is it? We've got For Your Eyes Only. Is that what
No, For Your Eyes Only next. Yep, indeed.
But I mean, this evening is not going to be solely this topic. I'm going to throw us onto cars in just a second.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So yeah, we won't do For Your Eyes Only immediately after this one because we've had about half hour of Bond anyway. So
yeah, no. Well, that can wait a little bit. Yeah,
we'll ease you back in a bit later on that. But yeah,
interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting topic. We'll agree to disagree a little bit on that. Very interesting topic. That. Yeah,
and
very
hopefully not too long before we have to consider a 7th film as well. So
well, yeah, I mean, again, the rumor mill's up to full steam at the moment, isn't it? There's all sorts of things going on.
Just get on with it.
I think that the fact that they haven't just got on with it is beginning to concern. There has been talk in certain corners. Do they actually want to make another one, or are they just going to sell it? Because I think if they wanted to, surely they would be. I'm concerned, and we've touched on this, that Barbara Broccoli's got herself a bit stuck on Daniel Craig, and she now can't really imagine anyone else in the role.
We have discussed this at length.
Yes.
Yep. She's got the waxworks, the cardboard cutouts, the posters, all of that.
All of that. Yeah.
And it is a problem.
It is a problem, and I kind of see what people are saying. They say, if they wanted to be doing it, they could be doing it. What's the holdup?
The fact that there's some Amazon in the mix, I would imagine they are chomping at the bit, going, you really need to get on with this. We have got a cash cow here. What are you doing?
I've made that point before, that they are going to want films. They're going to want films more frequently, not less frequently.
Yeah.
What's the delay? What's the hold up here? If you wanted to be doing it, you'd be doing it. And I just wonder, there's been a lot of talk, and, you certainly wouldn't forgive him that Michael Wilson wants to retire now. Fair dues. He's certainly done his part.
Yeah, I suppose that's it. I mean, you have to factor in that he's not utterly young anymore, is he?
Well, he's not. And I know his son is working for Eon, but and at the No Time to Die premiere, Barbara did give that sort of slightly cryptic speech where she was almost thanking him for his, his decades of service. And whenever she's asked about it, she just said, "Oh, we're not looking at it yet. We, haven't got any ideas, and we just need to celebrate Daniel Craig a bit more." Oh, really?
Yes. No, you need to stop celebrating him. That's the problem.
Yes.
Oh shit! I didn't realize he's 81.
Michael Wilson. Yeah. Not Daniel Craig.
No.
Yes, he is. Yes, because he was in his late 30s, I think, when he first got involved. After Cubby married his mother.
Yes. Because Barbara is 62. There we go.
There you go. Yes.
I'd imagine she'll quite happily carry on for a bit.
Well, if she wants to, unless she's had enough of it. I mean, she doesn't just do Bond. She does do other things. And I imagine she's probably made a buck or two.
I'd imagine the bank balance is not too shabby.
Yeah, I think she's probably done all right out of that. So yeah, it is a concern, but that's the latest rumor that I heard, that people are beginning to say, well, maybe they've had enough of it, and who could blame them, to be honest. But if you don't want to do it anymore, just hand it over to someone who does want to do it. Get it sold. Let's move on. Don't know. We don't know. That's the problem. We don't know, and we'll be the last to know. So,
yes, we're not on any sort of important list. So, yeah, we are a bit. But we've just got to wait, which is the odd bit.
Yeah, it is. And I just can't see Amazon waiting 5-6 years between films. I just can't see it. And that's what it's been of late.
Yeah, they need to get on with it.
Yeah, I think they do. And sooner or later, Amazon are going to say, what's going on, guys?
Yeah,
paid a lot of money for this, and there's no output.
We're a day and age where people can get things instantly. You can't leave people hanging this long.
No.
It doesn't work.
Gone are the days, I think, where you can leave us hanging 5-6 years between movies.
Yeah.
And there are a number of other now very successful action franchises, shall we say, that are very much up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, although Bond is special, they can't just have no output for year after year after year. I just don't think they can get away with that anymore.
No, this is true. No, it's a finger needs to be pulled out, and it needs to be done quickly. Right, cars.
We like them.
Yeah, I'm going to do a tenuous car link. You remember we had the great camp bed debate?
Oh, we did. Yes, we did. And you were going to go off and buy some fancy thing with padding and a fridge in it or something like
that. Definitely padding. I've not got the fridge, but it's here. It's arrived.
Oh, you've done it. Okay, fair enough.
It's with us.
Do excuse all the creaking. I've just dropped something important.
I did wonder what's going on.
It's me. Hold on.
I'll tell you what. Shall I festoon you with a photo of it? I've got an action shot.
Oh my word! I'm not sure I want to see an action shot of something you're going to sleep on.
Well, what a horrible thing to say. There you go. It's on its way.
Oh dear. Sorry about
that. It's all right. You've gathered yourself.
Yeah, I can't find it. Something fell off. I don't know.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Where are we? Where are you? I've lost you. Here you go. There you are. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, that's really natural, that, isn't it? That's exactly how you'll be sleeping on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, sturdy, comfy thing. I'm happy.
Yeah. It does look quite substantial, actually. I mean, that's some serious metalwork you've got going on there.
Yeah. No messing. And it's got that. It's not just a canvas thing. It's got like a mattress on top. So there you go.
Yeah, that's substantial, isn't it?
There you go. Yeah. So slightly car related because that will be used at a car event. That will be coming to the mall.
It will, and it will be transported there in a car, no doubt. So
yes,
there you go. That's as tenuous as you like.
Yeah.
That really does look quite substantial. Yeah,
it is, and it's just staggeringly comfy, despite me posing like a dickhead in the photo.
Yeah, I mean, you do look a bit corpse-like, but I mean, you often do. So
that's, that's fairly standard.
Fairly standard.
Off the back of that, I got the dispatch email today to say all of the Le Mans tickets are on their way to me.
Oh, lovely.
So that's good. That's all happening. Very pleased about that. And I know I mentioned to you. This is actually car related now. Someone said to me they were following me the other day in the Mini, and when I got home, they texted me and said, "You got a light out."
Oh, well, it's nice that someone told you because you don't always know, do you?
No, that's the thing. No, it was followed by a mate of mine, and he said, "Oh, yeah, you got a light out." So I was like, "Next morning, I'll just pop out and sort that." Didn't have the right bulb because it was.
That hence you messaging me saying, "Did I leave bulbs in the Volvo?"
Yes. Yeah, worth a try.
Yes.
No. So, because I'd went to the rear of the vehicle, and from what he said it was because of driving it at night. It was just one of the running lights at the rear.
Oh, okay, right, not the brake light.
No, so I thought, well, that's good. So I had to rummage around and went, right, there we go. Finally found the bulb for it. Got that swapped and thought, while I'm here, I should probably actually check the rest because it raises a good point. And then that's when I realised, oh, I don't have any brake lights.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, bugger it.
Oh no! Right.
So that's good. So yeah, so beginning of this week there was some dismantling of the Footwell to discover a knackered brake light switch.
Oh, is that what it was? Right. I suppose that makes
Yes.
sense. Yeah.
It's just plastic crap with a weird sensor in it, and
Yeah.
is there not a better way of doing this? But apparently not.
No, apparently not. Okay.
No, so I don't know how long I've been driving around like that
With
blissfully
no
wet.
brake lights.
Well,
No.
I've not had anyone appear in the rearview mirror really quickly, so it must have been a recent occurrence. So that's okay.
Probably, yeah.
So that arrived today, which is good because this week the weather's actually been quite all right.
It has. I've spent quite a lot of time outside this week.
Mm-hmm.
One thing and another.
And then the second that turns up, the heavens open and go, well, I really need the car. I really need to fit this. And the only way for me to fit this is to have my lower half sticking out of the car in the pissing rain.
Oh, that's always a good look.
Yeah, so that was tackled this evening.
Wet nether regions.
Yeah. So new switch fitted. New switch works perfectly. Only to highlight that I have one brake bulb out as well. So...
Oh no! Just to add insult to injury. Yes.
So put everything back together and go, oh, for goodness sake!
Still haven't got them all.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But there we go.
You gotta love old cars.
Well, I don't mind. A bulb, I don't mind. The switch was slight inconvenience because a mini Footwell is not big, and I am. Simple as. So
it's true. Yeah.
So so much so when I removed the old switch, I had to text for assistance. Again, I've got myself into the Footwell, but I cannot seem to get myself out of the Footwell.
Oh no! Oh,
yes.
You do have a history of getting yourself jammed in that car.
I do. I've changed the rear bulb on it before and ended up wedged in the little dip of the boot. Again, I'm upturned and I can't get out. But yeah, the Footwell, I contorted myself to get into it, and then thought, right, I found the offending article. I've removed it. I've dealt with the wiring. I just need to get out and go indoors and order a new one. But yeah, that bit was getting out of the vehicle was the tricky bit. So
it was problematic. Oh
dear. Yes, that's always good when you have to text your wife to come and get you. I'm stuck in the car. Can you lift me out?
Can you get me out of the car, please? Yeah. Well, think of it this way: it's getting used to it for future years when you will never be able to get out of the car on your own.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully I won't be in the Footwell though that time.
No, ideally you're still in the seat, but still equally unable to extract yourself. Yes.
Yeah, but there's always something in there. It's just...
Oh yeah. Well,
I have touch wood. I have solved its issue of running out of electricity.
Oh, okay.
It's quite an embarrassing one, if I'm honest.
Oh. Okay.
It is because it's got a reasonably good stereo in it, with all of the features that you would like. You link it to your phone, you can have all your banging tunes, it's all Spotify enabled and all that sort of caper. Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
However, we live in a day and age where no one in their right mind gives a toss about car stereos anymore.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? It used to be such a big thing, and it just isn't anymore. No.
Yeah, that's it. People would happily smash a window and liberate a stereo. Now they don't care. However, this stereo, while being really quite new, still has the anti-theft feature of please remove the faceplate.
Oh, one of those where you could just pop the front off it. Yes, I remember those. Yes.
Yeah, they're still a thing, but I didn't even factor it in. And the only reason the battery's been draining is because the faceplate is left on.
Oh.
Ever since I just had one of those sort of light bulb moments of going, oh God, I bet it's this. After me getting multimeters here, there, and everywhere, and going,
not figuring anything out. Yes.
But I bet it's this. And ever since I started taking it indoors with me when I'm finished with the car, it starts first time.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh. dear.
Oh, it's just but it's not the 90s or the early 2000s.
No, that shouldn't be a thing
Hmm.
anymore. Nobody nicks car stereos anymore.
No one cares.
No,
but
you
yes,
get quite a decent one for 20 quid on eBay. You don't need to pinch them.
So yeah, there we go.
That, however, didn't explain the sudden loss of electricity that I suffered this week.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Yeah, that can happen. Like I said, it hasn't done it in a very, very long time. And it
was weird. We should explain what we're talking about. That I have the Volvo at the moment and used it on Tuesday. Went out and about, did a few errands, all lovely. Went to start on Wednesday, nothing. I mean, it would turn over very slowly.
Yeah, it's a big old lump to make it begin.
Big old lump to fire up, and put my battery charger on it, and it was only 6 volts. It had lost somehow half its charge over. Very weird, but you said it has done that before.
Yeah, I've done again a similar sort of thing of going used it the day before. Not when I'd used it the day before. It was a long old trip. It wasn't like a short journey or anything.
Okay, so plenty of opportunity for it to charge up.
Yeah, and then dead as a dodo. But then other times I've left it for 2 weeks in airport parking, came out to it, and it starts first time.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And the fact that it's done it so infrequently, if it did it repeatedly, you could really track down the issue.
Yeah, yes. If it only does it once every 3 years, it's a bit difficult.
Yes, it's a bit of a pain in the bottom.
Well, I charged it back up and it's been perfect again today. So
it's weird. Yeah, I think the last time it did it to me. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it did it to Kaylee on the driveway.
Okay.
When I was pneumonia'd up. She went out to it and nothing.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world. I think she just slung my jump pack on it and off she went. But
yes, could do that. I haven't got a jump pack, but I do have a charger, and I could. We have another car. It wasn't a trip where I needed the luggage capacity, so I just used the Puma. But I've been using the Volvo, as often as possible to stop it going flat.
Yeah.
But it did anyway. So
just annoying, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but there it is. No major problem.
No, not the end of the world. So that's all right. What else do we have in the world of cars?
Well, there's something I spotted this week.
Good. Yes, I did write something else down, but my list is electronic and is in the process of crashing. So we'll go with yours.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw a post, I think it was on Instagram, this morning, actually.
Yeah.
The lovely Mr. Callum is, what should we say, teasing a new vehicular project.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen this.
No, I missed that entirely.
Okay. Well, he recently did a reworking of the original Vanquish.
Oh yeah. I do.
Which was a car that he designed originally, and he redesigned it kind of in the way that he wanted to do it, but for lots of very sensible reasons couldn't do it at the time because needed to be productionized and had to use bits from other manufacturers because they were the right price and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All the kind of stuff that goes on in manufacturing. Well, he's doing another one.
Oh, go on then. What's he doing now?
He's doing now. You may want to steady yourself on the furniture here.
Oh God.
He is doing again based on the original Vanquish. He is doing a Vanquish shooting brake.
Oh shit!
Oh
yes!
Right. Look up his.
I'm doing
his
it. I'm already doing it. I'm doing it.
He's teased no details, just a picture.
Oh,
you found it. That was
Dirty.
that was the noise of somebody finding that picture.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
Look at that. That might just be the what we've all been waiting for. We need to find a way to get that, and we'll just be happy forever.
Oh, that's going to be tremendous. It's going to be just wonderful engine, manual gearbox.
Exquisite is the word you're looking for. Is what that's going to be. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. One of those then. Yeah. Just.
I think so. Yeah. As I said, even if we sell both houses, I'm not sure we're going to have enough between us.
Nope.
But
No. No. We're not, we'll have to think of something else. But yes,
well, it's not going to do it. No.
Bloody hell!
Isn't that a thing? That was a real moment in my day today. I actually had to stop what I was doing and just stare at that for a minute.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It isn't it? Just so well proportioned, as you would expect, I suppose. But
okay,
that's going to be amazing.
Well, that's dear, that's
utter filth. That is.
Oh bloody hell! Yep. Okay. Oh, there's nowhere to go from there, is there? Really?
I think I may have peaked there.
Yeah. Okay. Well. That's peaked you. That's peaked me. I think that's probably peaked the episode as well, isn't it?
As you say, there is no way to follow a Callum Vanquish shooting break. That's it.
Yeah, we've moved on. Don't buy a Focus Mark 1. Just buy one of those instead.
Sensible consumer advice.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.